Hi, I'm Jim Gordon, and you're watching Market 1 Minute. Joining us is Brett Richards. He is the CEO and Executive Director of Pasofino Gold, coming to us from Toronto. Brett, welcome.
Jim, thanks for having me on.
Great to have you, sir. Okay, let's talk a bit about Pasofino Gold.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're listed on the Toronto Venture Exchange under the symbol VEIN. We have about a $75 million market cap currently, and we have 100% exposure to the Dugbe Gold Project in Liberia, where we have about 4 million ounces, and we have a feasibility study that was done on the project 3 years ago, of which we're currently updating.
And Brett, you just announced financing. What do you plan to use it for?
Yeah, Jim, we've just closed a $12 million Canadian financing. And quite frankly, all the money that we've raised is going to go into the ground. We need to expedite updating the 2022 feasibility study. So there's going to be a portion of geological work. We're going to be having a small drill program to verify the resource. We're going to do some met test work. We're going to update CapEx, OpEx, and commence some pre-construction activities on the ground. So quite a bit of work going on over the next 8 months until we get it completed.
And Brett, you mentioned the feasibility study. How about an update on that as well?
We're about 3 months into it so far, and we've got another 7 to 8 months remaining by the time we get through it and get completed. The various components of it we've been working on since August of this year, but there is an update to the geological model. There's an update to kind of the metallurgical model. We want to see if we can increase recoveries and enhance the economics of an already stellar project. You know, the post-tax NPV in this project at today's gold price is going to exceed $2.5 billion post-tax. So they're having scope to make that even better is kind of what we're aiming for. So we'll go through the model, we'll go through an updated mine plan, and then look at the capital. Look at the all-in sustaining costs, and then come out with a tech report, probably early Q2 of 2026.
Brett, one of the things I was excited to talk to you about today, I'm very interested and keen to hear your thoughts on doing business in Liberia.
You know, Jim, I've worked in Africa for now over 25 years of my kind of almost 40 years career. And I've lived and worked in some very difficult places in the DRC. In Mali, in Burkina, in Sierra Leone. I've built 4 mines and brownfielded 2 mines in Africa. So I have a lot of experience, a lot of exposure. I have bought and sold mines as well. But what it comes down to from a jurisdictional perspective for me is the ease of doing business, the understanding of the rules, the regulatory stability, the geopolitical stability, and the ability to do proper business. Liberia ticks all of those boxes for me. Liberia is one of the best jurisdictions I've worked in. Access to government, collaborative host communities, and the support that we're receiving is unprecedented. And it's not just the gold price environment. This was like this 2 years ago. It was like this 3 years ago. The people of Liberia are extremely supportive, as are the government.
You have nearly 40 years experience in the mining and metals industry. You excel in mining financing and development. Sticking with that, I was fascinated to read about you personally and what you do and how you really do excel in this part of the world. Is that where things begin for you back when you were a younger man?
Yeah, I think so. I spent a lot of time when I was with Kinross in Russia and South America and the US, and then kind of gravitated towards Africa when we started Katanga Mining in 2005. There was a number of guys from Kinross and myself who founded Katanga Mining and took a $25 million startup to a $2 billion exit to Glencore. So I think when you have those, businesses, you get the bug, you get bitten, and you say, hey, if I can understand more about the continent, understand more about some of these countries. Their endowment of minerals is exceptional, but navigating the landscape to be effective, both in a capital markets and a public environment, but on the ground in their environment. So it is a balance that one has to learn over time. And I think, I have been very successful in some of the ventures I've been involved in, but I think it's because I understand the people. And quite frankly, I put them first. I put the country first. We're visitors there. And I don't do this, selfishly in any way, shape, or form.
Last question for you. Your view on the gold price run this year. Any thoughts on what's to come?
Well, you know what? If you asked me this 2 years ago or 1 year ago, I would have had a different answer. But today, what we've experienced over the last 1, 3, 6, 9 months of the gold price run is unprecedented. We are in the strongest precious metals bull run of my career, probably in the last 60 or 70 years. So we hit $4,200 today in gold. Silver's trading at 52. PGMs are not far behind, but I think that gold is going to continue to creep. This is no longer about supply and demand. This is really about the geopolitical situation in the world today, U.S. deficit, U.S. debt, and a lot of countries starting to accumulate gold in their central banks as a hedge against the U.S. dollar deflation.
He is Brett Richards, CEO and Executive Director of Pasofino Gold. Brett, thank you for joining us.
Jim, thanks for having me on.